linear inequalities, we'll get one MCQ question and one 2 marks question and one 3 marks questions. Totally 1 plus 2 plus 3, that's equal to 6 marks for linear inequalities. 2 marker questions. So 11 questions will be there. In this you are going to answer for any 6. So 6 out of 11 you will get 12 marks. Put n is equal to 1, 2 into 1 plus 5, that is 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. 7 is the answer, that is C is the option. Hello dear students, welcome to this session of mathematics class. I am Mr. Niranjan, Department of Mathematics, Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Today in this session, I am going to discuss the model question paper and the solution for first PUC mathematics. So, today in this session, I am going to discuss regarding model question paper for 2024 final examination for first PUC mathematics. Now, today what is the agenda I am going to discuss? Today's agenda in this session is just I am going to discuss regarding the blueprint of the subject and the question paper pattern for the final examination and the solution for this question paper pattern, that is the solution for the model question paper. So, today I am going to discuss regarding the model question paper pattern and the solution for the model question paper pattern along with the blueprint for the entire syllabus. Now, let us discuss regarding the blueprint. As you might have been studied different chapters, so in the first PUC you will have 14 chapters. So, number of chapters are 14. The total number of marks and the total number of hours we are going to take. So, the total number of periods and the marks allotted for each chapter and the weightage as well as the total marks. So, the question paper consists of how many marks? 135 marks. In this 135 marks, you are going to answer for 80. 80 out of 135. So, 135 marks will be there. In that, we are going to answer for 80. Now, the first chapter is sets. Sets is the first chapter. For sets, the total number of periods, the total number of teaching hours is 8 and the total marks is 8. So, the weightage for first chapter is 8. In this chapter, you will have one MCQ questions, one 2 marker question and 3 mark question. So, that is one MCQ, two 2 marker question and one 3 marker question, no 5 marks question. So, one MCQ, then 2 marks 2 questions, we have 2 marks 2 question, one is for remembrance, another one is for understanding, one 3 mark question, that is in understanding. So, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7 plus 1, 8. So, totally the weightage for this chapter is 8 marks. So, 1 mark one MCQ question and 2 marks 2 question and one 3 marks question. So, whereas for second chapter, that is relations and function. So, the weightage for this chapter is 10 marks and the total number of hours is 11 hours and the weightage is 10. So, here also you will get 2 MCQ questions. So, 1 and 1. So, 1 MCQ question for remembrance and one from understanding. So, 1 mark 2 questions, MCQ 1 question and again one more MCQ questions, 2 MCQ questions and then in part C, that is 3 marks question, you will get one 3 marks question and one long answer question, that is a 5 marks question. Usually you may expect a question like graphs like modulus function, signum function, greatest integer function, constant function and writing the graph and domain and range for that function. So, for that you will get 5 marks. So, 5 marks plus 3 marks 8, 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10. So, for chapter number 2, second chapter relations and function, we have 2 MCQ questions, that is 1 plus 1, one MCQ from understanding, another from remembrance and one 3 marks question and one 5 marks question. So, 1 plus 3 plus 5 totally 10 marks for chapter number 2, that is relations and functions. Now, the third chapter is trigonometric function. This is very important chapter. Very important chapter is trigonometric functions. So, the weightage is 21 marks and the number of hours is also 21. So, for trigonometric functions, we have how many MCQ questions? One MCQ, one fill in the blanks. Again, that is for remembrance, one MCQ question, one fill in the blanks and one 2 marks question and one 3 marks question. Again, 3 marks, one more question in the understanding and one long answer question, that is for 5 marks and in part E we will have one question that is for 6 marks in trigonometric functions. So how many MCQs? 2 MCQs, that is one MCQ plus one fill in the blanks, one 2 marks question, and 3 marks 2 questions, and one 5 marks question, and one 6 marks question. So total how much will get? 6. 6 plus 5, 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. 14 plus 3, 14 plus 3 is 17. 17 plus 2, 17 plus 2 is 19, plus 1 is 20, plus 1 is 21. So totally 21 marks. This is a big chapter and very important chapter. This is a trigonometric function. So here usually for 6 marks we are going to get a derivation on compound angles, like to derive cos x plus y is equal to cos x cos y minus sin x sin y, or cos x minus y is equal to cos x cos y plus sin x sin y. Right. Now move on to the next chapter, that is quadratic equation and the complex number and quadratic equation. The number of teaching hours are 8 and the weightage is also 8 marks. So we will get only one MCQ question, that is in hordes, and so one 2 marks 2 questions, 2 marks 2 questions, and one 3 marks questions. 2 into 2, 4 plus 3, 7 plus 1 is 8. So 2 marks 2 questions you will get, and 1 mark 1 question. In complex number, no 4 marks and no 5 marks questions. 2 marks, 3 marks and one MCQ question. Right. Now move on to the next chapter, that is linear inequalities. So in linear inequalities the weightage is 6 marks, whereas the number of teaching hours is also 6. So in linear inequalities you will get one MCQ, that is in hordes, and one 2 marks questions and one 3 marks question. So in linear inequalities we will get one MCQ question and one 2 marks question and one 3 marks questions. Totally 1 plus 2 plus 3, that's equal to 6 marks for linear inequalities. Right. Now move on to the next chapter, that is permutations and combinations. Here the total marks for this is 9 marks, but the number of teaching hours are 11 hours. So in this you will get one fill in the blanks one question, and then one fill in the blanks and one MCQ, that is one objective type question, 2 1 marks questions, that is 1 plus 1, and 2 marks 1 question, and one long answer question, that is for 5 marks in permutations and combinations. So one 5 marks question and one 2 marks question and one fill in the blanks plus one MCQ. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 5 is equal to 9 marks. So 1 mark 2 question, 1 MCQ, 1 fill in the blanks, 1 plus 1 plus 1 2 marks question, 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 5 marks essay type question, that is in applying the concept. So you will get totally 9 marks. Whereas in binomial theorem, for binomial theorem the total number of hours is 8 and the weightage is also 8 marks. So in binomial theorem we will get one MCQ question, that is MCQ in understanding, and one 2 marks question and one 5 marker question. So 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. So the total marks for this binomial theorem is 8. So one MCQ question, one 2 marks question, and one 5 marker question for this binomial theorem. So one 5 marker question in remembrance, and one 2 marks question and one MCQ. Next, move on to the next chapter, that is sequence and series. For sequence and series, here also the weightage is 8 marks as that of binomial theorem, and the total number of hours also 8. So you will get one MCQ question in remembrance, again one question for 3 marks in part C, and one 4 marks question, that is in part E. So 4 plus 3 7 plus 1 is 8. So in sequence and series you will get one 4 marks question. This is very important. Usually you may expect the question from summation of a series for 4 marks, that is in part E. Next, straight lines. Here also for straight lines the number of teaching hours is 12 and the weightage is also 12. So this is also an important chapter. Next to trigonometry, the biggest chapter is 12 marks, that is straight lines. So in straight lines you will get one MCQ question and one fill in the blanks, and also 2 marker questions. So that is one 3 marker question, one 5 marker question, and one 2 marks question. So one MCQ, one fill in the blanks, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 3 marks 1 question, 5 marks 1 question, 5 plus 3 8 plus 2 is 10, again one 2 marker question, that is 12. So 12 marks totally from this straight lines. Next, Conic sections. Next, for conic sections, the weightage is 11 and the total number of hours is also 11. So, one MCQ you will get, that is from octants. So, and again one MCQ, that is finding the slope or distance, that is also one MCQ. That means 2 MCQ questions and one 3-marker question, then and one 6 marks question, that is 6 plus 3, 9, 10, 11. So, usually the 6-marker question here may be the derivation of a equation of an ellipse or hyperbola, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, or x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1, the standard form, right. Very important concept, that is 40. And the next one is introduction to 3D geometry. In 3D geometry, we will have 4 marks. The weightage is 4 marks and the total number of hours is also 4 marks. Here you will expect one MCQ question, that is from octants or finding the distance, and one 3-marker question, that is understanding the concept. So, for 3D geometry we have 4 marks, one 3-marker and 1-mark question, that is totally 4 marks. Now, move on to the next very important chapter is limits and derivatives. So, this is also very important. First important chapter is trigonometry, second one is limits and derivatives, and then the third one is the straight line. So, in limits and derivatives, we have 16 marks and 16 hours. The weightage is 16 marks. So, how many MCQ questions we will get means? So, we will get 2 MCQ, that is one MCQ and one fill in the blanks. So, for conic section, one MCQ and one fill in the blanks. Again 3-marker questions, one 3-marker question, again 5-marker question, again one 4 marks question and 2 marks question. So, here you will get one 5-marker question from this. So, MCQ, one MCQ question, again one 3-marker question, again one 5 marks question. Further, in understanding you will get one fill in the blanks, then one 4 marks question, that is from derivatives, that is either product rule or quotient rule, and whereas for 2 marks you will get the problem from applying the concept. So, totally 16 marks for these limits and derivatives. And the next chapter is the statistics. For statistics, the total marks is 6 and the number of teaching hours is 7. So, usually you will get one MCQ in understanding. So, one MCQ in understanding and one 5-marker question in remembrance. So, totally 5 plus 1 is 6 marks for a statistics. So, finding the mean or median, that is one MCQ question, and finding the standard deviation about the mean or median, for that you will get one 5-mark question. And the last chapter is the probability. In probability, the weightage is 8 marks and the number of teaching hours is 9. So, in probability, for understanding you will get one MCQ question, and similarly you will get one 2 marks question in understanding and one 5-marker question, that is in applying the concept. So, totally 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 2 is 8 marks is the weightage for this probability. So, this is how the question paper will be set for 135, in which you are going to answer for 80 marks. This is the question paper pattern for your final examination. Right. So, this is the entire blueprint for your first PUC mathematics. Hope. So, total number of periods is 140, total number of marks is 135, and so the total number of question papers in the question paper will be 52 questions will be there. Now, let us move on to the second part, the question type based 1 mark, number of questions and the marks. So, for 1 marks, the question paper, for 1 marks you will have 20 1-mark questions, that is 15 MCQs plus 5 fill in the blanks, totally 20 marks. So, 1 mark questions 20, 15 MCQ, 5 fill in the blanks, 15 plus 5, 20. 2-marker questions. So, 11 questions will be there. In this you are going to answer for any 6. So, 6 out of 11 you will get 12 marks. Similarly, 3-mark questions, 11 questions will be there. Any 6 you are going to answer, any 6 out of 11, 6 3s are 18. And whereas for 5 markers, so 8 questions will be there. In this you are going to answer for 4. 4 out of 8, 4 5s are 20. Yes, 20 for a 5-marker question, and 6 marks, 1 question, 1 internal choice will be there, 1 into 6 is 6, and similarly 4 marks 1 question, that is internal choice will be there, that is equal to 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. So, this comes in part E, whereas 5 marks in part D, and this is 3 markers in part C and 2 markers in part B, and 1 marker question is part A. Part A, so part A, part B, part C, part D, part E. So 6 plus 4, 10 plus 20 is 30, 30 plus 20 is 50, 50 plus 30 is equal to 80, right. So 80 out of 120, right. So 52 questions will be there. So 2 internal choice questions will be there. Now let us see the model question paper. Now let us discuss the model paper, then I will go for the solutions. First PUC model question paper 2023-24, subject mathematics. The subject code is 35, maximum marks is 80, total number of questions are 52, the time allotted is 3 hours and 15 minutes. Now, and what are the instructions they are given? So first PUC model question paper, so total questions 52, maximum marks is 80. So this question paper has 5 parts, namely A, B, C, D and E. So this will have 5 parts, A, B, C, D and E. Answer all the questions. So you have to answer all the questions to be answered. Part A has 15 multiple choice questions. Part A has 15 multiple choice questions and 5 fill in the blanks questions. So part A has 15 multiple choice questions and 5 fill in the blanks. Now, so these are the questions in part A. Part A contains 15 multiple choice, 15 into 1 is 15. Each question carries a 1 mark. So this is part A. In part A we have 15 MCQ questions. So 10, that is 13 questions. Then up to 15 MCQ. So in part A we have 15 MCQ questions. Then in addition to that, in part A we will have 5 fill in the blanks. So we have to fill the blanks using appropriate answer from the brackets given. So there are 5 fill in the blanks we have to answer. We have to fill this using these values -1, 16, 0, 20, 42 and 1. Right. So these are the fill in the blanks. So next, move on to the second part, that is in part B, 6 questions to be answered. Each question carries 12 marks. So 6 into 2 is 12. So there are 11 questions. So we will get 11 questions from this part B. Move on to the next part, that is part C. The 11 questions will be there. So we are going to answer 6 questions, 6 3s are 18. So part B also 11 questions. In this we are going to answer for 6 questions. So these are the questions from part B section up to this, right. Now move on to the next part D. So in part D we have 4 into 5, 4 5s are 20 questions, 20 marks, 4 questions to be answered out of 8. So all 5 marks questions. So that is that is relations and functions, trigonometry, then permutations and combinations, binomial theorem, then straight lines, and from limits, then standard deviation, that is from statistics and from probability. So 5 marks 8 questions we are going to answer for 4. And the last part is part E. So part E, each question carries 6 plus 4 marks pattern. One question we are going to answer for 10 marks. Each contains the pattern of 6 plus 4 along with the internal choice. So prove geometrically cos x plus y is cos x cos y minus sin x sin y, or derive the equation of ellipse in the standard form x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. If you attempt this, you leave this. So this or this, 6 marks. Again 52, question number 2, find the sum of the sequence 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 4 7 etc. to n terms, that is 4 marks. Or for this the internal choice is from derivative x raised to 5 minus cos x divided by sin x, that is by u by v method. This is how the question paper is set. So this is the model question paper which I am going to discuss today. Let me show. So in part A we have multiple choice 15, that is 15 multiple choice questions and 5 fill in the blanks, right. Then in part B we have 2 marks questions up to 31, and in part C we have 3 marks questions. These are all 3 marks questions up to 42, 3 markers. Then in part D we have 5 marker questions. So starting from 43 to 50, right, 8 questions. Then and the last part is part E. We have 2 questions 51 and 52, that is internal choice, one for 6, another one for 4. So this is the question paper. Hope you followed. Now let us discuss in detail. Now move on to the part A. In part A there are 15 questions. 15 questions Each question carries 1 mark. So, MCQ, multiple choice questions. One question followed by 4 multiple choice answers. So, we have to select one answer from this. Now, the first problem, answer all the multiple choice questions. Each question carries 1 mark. The first question, the interval form of x such that x belongs to R real number -4 less than x less than or equal to 6. So, you might have been studied regarding the intervals, closed interval, open interval, semi-closed and semi-open interval. Here what is given? -4 less than x less than or equal to 6. So, -4 comma 6. Now, what is the interval here? -4 less than x less than or equal to 6. Less than or equal to 6 means we are going to use the closed interval. For -4 we are going to use the small bracket. So, x belongs to -4 comma 6 of closed and of open interval, that is -4 comma 6. The option is A. The first answer is A is the option for this, -4 comma 6. -4 comma, that is small bracket and big bracket of closed and of open interval. Now, move on to the second problem. If x plus 1 comma y minus 2 is equal to 3 comma 1, then we have to choose the correct answer. What is given? X plus 1 is equal to 3 and y minus 2 is equal to 1. What is x from this? X is equal to 3 minus 1, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1 plus 2, y is equal to 3. So, therefore, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3 is the answer. What is the correct answer? X is equal to 1, y is equal to 3 is first answer. Option A, right. So, in second one, x is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 3, we don't want. And x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to plus 3, we don't want, that don't want. So, therefore, the answer is 2 comma 3. Now, move on to the next problem. The degree measure of 5 pi by 3 radians is equal to 5 pi by 3. You know, pi is 180 divided by 3, that's equal to 6 times gets cancelled, 5 into 6, 5 6 are 30, 300 degrees. The option is 300. B is the option. Or you can also solve like this, 5 pi by 3. Since you know pi by 3 standard angle, that is pi by 3 is nothing but 60 degrees. So, pi by 3 radians is equal to 60. 5 6 are 30, 300 degrees. That's it. Now, move on to the next one. The conjugate of I minus 2 is, now the conjugate, see what is the conjugate of? Conjugate of x plus iy is x minus iy. That means we are changing the sign for an imaginary number. So, the conjugate of I minus 2, this is nothing but minus I minus 2, minus I minus 2, minus I minus 2, or this can also be written as minus 2 minus I. So, this is the option, C is the option. So, minus 2 minus I is the conjugate, minus 2 minus I, right. Now, move on to the next one. This is very important. If A is greater than B implies, A is greater than B implies minus A is less than minus B, minus A is less than minus B. Let me give an example. So, you know 5 is greater than 3, 5 is greater than 3, which implies minus 5 is less than minus 3, right. 5 is greater than 3, which means minus 5 is less than minus 3. So, that means if A is greater than B implies minus A is less than minus B. Now, the option is A is the option for this. Now, move on to the next. If NC9 is equal to NC8, then NC17. So, we know the formula, we know that NCR is equal to NCK, then N is equal to R plus K. Here what is given? NC9 is equal to NC8. That means N is equal to 9 plus 8, that's equal to 17. What is to find? NC17. So, 17C17, you know NCN is equal to 1. The answer for this is A. The correct answer is A, that is 1. NCN is equal to 1, 17C17 is equal to 1. Now, move on to the next problem. The number of terms in the expansion. So, if A plus B to the power of N, the number of terms in the expansion, the number of terms in the expansion of A plus B to the power of N is N plus 1 terms we will get, n plus 1 terms. So, the number of expansion in a plus b to the power of 6 is 6 plus 1, that's equal to 7 terms we will get. 7 terms. Option C is the correct answer, right. Now, move on to the next. If a sequence is defined by an is equal to 2n plus 5, then the first term is a1. Put n is equal to 1. You put n is equal to 1, 2 into 1 plus 5, that is 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. 7 is the answer, that is C is the option, right. Now, move on to the next problem, the equation of x-axis. So, equation of x-axis means y coordinate is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 is the equation of x-axis, that is option B. The equation of x-axis is y is equal to 0. Now, the center of the circle x plus 2 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square. So, this x plus 2 whole square plus x minus 3 whole square is equal to 16. Just comparing with the standard equation. What is the standard equation? X minus alpha whole square plus y minus beta whole square is equal to r square. So, here minus alpha is equal to 2. Therefore, alpha is equal to minus 2 and minus beta is equal to minus 3. Beta is equal to 3. Therefore, the center is alpha comma beta. What is alpha comma beta? Minus 2 comma 3 is the center. Option B is the correct answer. B is the option, minus 2 comma 3, right. Now, move on to the next problem, 11th question. The length of transverse axis for the hyperbola x square by 9 minus y square by 16 is equal to 1. Comparing with the standard equation, x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. A square is equal to 9, a is equal to 3, b square is equal to 16, b is equal to 4. The length of transverse axis is 2a. 2 into 3, that's equal to 6. The option is B. Transverse axis, conjugate axis and transverse axis. Transverse axis and conjugate axis, right. Now, move on to the next one. The octant in which the point minus 3 comma 1 comma 2, this is nothing but negative, positive and positive. This lies in second octant. The option is B. B is the option. Negative, positive, positive comes in the second octant. Now, the derivative of, now let us consider y is equal to 2x minus 3 by 4. The derivative of this with respect to x is dy by dx is equal to 2 into differentiation of x is 1 minus 3 by 4 is constant. 2 into 1 is equal to 2. The option is A. A is the correct answer, right. Now, move on to the next one. The median of the class, this is given. Now, the median of the data, what is given? 3, 9, 5, 3, 12, 10, 18, 4, 7, 19 and 21 is, put it in an order, increasing order, 3, then again one more 3, then next one is, we have 4, then 5 is gone, 6, no 6, 7, we have 7, then 8 is not there, 9, then 10, 11 is not there, 12, 13, not 13, then 14 is not there, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 21. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. N is equal to 11. Okay. So, here since n it is an odd. So, therefore, n plus 1 by 2th term. So, that is nothing but 11 plus 1 by 2. That is nothing but a 6th term. 6th term means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th term. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this is the middle term. So, therefore, the median is equal to 9. The option is B. Median is 9. That's it. Now, move on to the next problem. The last in MCQ. The probability of drawing a diamond cord from a well-shepherded pack of 52 cards. So, yes, N of A and N of S. Number of cards in a deck is 52. Number of diamond cards are 13. So, probability of getting a diamond card is 13 divided by 52. That is nothing but 1 by 4. So A is the option. 13 by 52 or 1 by 4 is the answer. 1 by 4. Now this is how we are going to solve the MCQ. Now second part of this. So in part A we have 5, fill in the blanks. So we have to choose the correct answer which are given in the brackets. Now if A is equal to 1, 2, B is equal to 3, 4, then the number of relations from A to B. So here A contains number of elements in A is 2, number of elements in B is also 2. So number of relation is A to the power of M, and that is 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. First answer is 16. We will get the answer for this as 16. First answer. Next, the value of cos 3 pi. Cos 3 pi can be written as cos of 2 pi plus pi. That is nothing but cos 360 plus theta is equal to cos pi itself. What is cos pi? Cos pi is minus 1. The answer is minus 1 for this. Minus 1. Right. Next, third one. The value of 7 factorial divided by 5 factorial. 7 factorial means 7 into 6 divided by 5 factorial. 5 factorial gets cancelled. 7 6 are 42. The answer is 42. Right. Next, the slope of the line joining the point. Slope m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So what is y2 minus y1? Minus 2. Yes, the points. What are the points? 3 comma minus 2, 3 comma minus 2, and 7 comma minus 2, 7 comma minus 2. So here minus 2 minus into minus plus 2, 7 minus 3, that is 0 by 4 is equal to 0. Slope is equal to 0. This is slope. Slope is equal to 0. And the last, the derivative of x square minus 2 at x is equal to 10. So derivative of this is y dash is equal to differentiation of x square is 2x. 2 into put x is equal to 10. 10 to the 20. The answer is 20. That's it. So the answers are 16, minus 1, 42, 0 and 20. This is how we are going to solve these fill in the blanks. That's it. So the all answers are given in the bracket itself. So this is how we are going to solve this type of problems. Hope you followed. Right. This is how we are going to solve the MCQ and the fill in the blanks in part A. So that's all regarding today's session. Let us discuss the remaining part in the next session. Thank you. Thank you very much.